Hi, I'm Alex. I have this cheap ZJ Grand Cherokee here that I bought for kind of a beater off-road vehicle. And my power door lock actuators aren't working. So I think this is a pretty common problem. Where you go to lock the doors and unlock them and they make a noise, you can hear the motors, but nothing's happening here. And sometimes I'll see a move, but most of the time nothing happens. Well, if you go to buy an OEM door lock actuator or even an aftermarket one, it's part of the latch here, which they charge about $80 or so for a new one. So that's absolutely not happening. I'm not spending $80 times 4 on this. So I'm going to show you how to put in these $4 generic universal door lock actuators into your ZJ. Let's get to it. So this is the door lock actuators I bought. There are 4 of them for about 15 bucks on Amazon. And these are the 2-wire versions. They make a 3-wire version also. You don't want that one. And I'm not going to use this part, but it comes with the rod, and this is the little connector that connects it to your stock actuator rod. Pry off this cover, move the Phillips screw underneath, pry off this cover behind the door handle, pry off this cover, there's a bunch of clips under here. You might have to pry it with a tool. Mine comes off pretty easy with my hand. You just kind of yank up on the handle here. So for these connectors, you get the top one first. You can use your fingernail or a little screwdriver there. Kind of jam the screwdriver down in here and push like that because it catches here like this and it'll come out. Just get out of the way for now. This clip here is just used to locate the rod in there. I'm going to mount my actuator right about here. So I'm going to put the actuator right where I want it. Then I'm going to drill through both these mounts just to kind of mark where the mount hole locations are. It's not a real sharp tool. Going to enlarge the holes just a little bit. So the actuators come with these mounting screws that screw right into these plastic holes, and I'm just going to screw them right from the back side of this sheet metal here into the actuator. So first what I need to do is put a Z-bend in it. All right. Alright, so now that the actuator is installed, it's a good idea to check to make sure it works. Has enough power to move and the linkage is adjusted right and everything. So I just got a motorcycle battery here. You just want any 12-volt supply. I'm just going to give it power. Alright. That is... which way is that? That is lock. And then you reverse the polarity. Unlock. So lock and unlock both seem to work. They went all the way. This wire here is for the stock actuator. Just gonna pull that off of there. So all we need to do now is splice these wires onto these wires. Now the only question is which way they go polarity wise. And the easy way to do that is to just splice them on temporarily, plug the switch back into the door here, and just try it. You got a 50% chance of getting it right. If it's wrong, just reverse them. This is locking the door, and the red is not showing there. That's unlocking the door. All right, so all I have to do is crimp crimpers on there, and I don't have to change it. Just a quick check to make sure it still works. Door locks. All right. 1 down, 3 to go. All right, so the front passenger door was exactly like the driver's door, so I didn't show that one. But here's what the back door takes to do. I'm gonna take out the door panel. That's the last one. So it looks like it'll fit right here and not interfere with the window. All right, so I'm gonna hold the actuator here while I mark the mounting hole locations. Out here. Okay. All right. Lock. Locked. Unlocked. They're unlocked. All right. Seems like it worked. So before I attempted this with the aftermarket actuators, I tried to repair the factory actuator, and I took the whole door latch out of this is from the passenger front door. And I took the whole door latch out, which is kind of hard. And then I narrowed it down to the actuator was turned on and off, but the little arm wasn't always moving. And I narrowed it down to this little clutch, whatever is in here, where this gear would turn fine. None of the gears are stripped, but this clutch just wouldn't catch every time. And I found that it was because this metal bracket here was sort of bent out like this. And when I'd press this, when I'd hold that in, then it would catch. So I didn't take this apart to see how it works, but the internal clutch mechanism must be dependent upon this being in the right position. I couldn't figure out a good way to make that stay in there. And I tried putting it back in its little case and wedging something in there. It didn't work well, so that's when I gave up and just went to the $4 actuator.